Hey, if you ever wondered if taking certain medicines are causing you erectile dysfunction or having unreliable erections, well, today we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the pills and the truth about the pills, the pill industry and the pharmaceutical industry, and especially hormone replacement therapy. Hey, my name is Brian, aka Uncle B, and for the last 20 years, I've been the sexual performance coach with African Fly. And today, specifically, we're going to talk about, well, one, how your body works and what happens when a pill gets inside of your body, and also getting deep into a little bit of what the pharmaceutical and the health industry are like, what their motives actually are, and talking about hormone replacement therapy, HRT, which is from the devil. So remember to subscribe, hit the like bell, hit the notification bell, and as always, I'm going to break this down till it cannot be broken anymore. All right, today we're going to have story time with your old Uncle B. And I want to talk about my grandmother. So this was years ago. My grandmother, she did the grandmotherly thing. She did a slip and fall. She went down the steps. She broke her hip. And she went into the hospital. She was on 2 drugs. When she came out of the hospital, she was on 22 drugs. And what really got me was the doctors kept telling her, well, you need to eat more food. You're not eating enough. And it's like, well, she's taking 22 pills. Well, how is she going to eat more food on top of that? Then they said she could eat whatever she wanted to. And I'm like, whoa, I can't eat whatever I want to, and I'm healthy. So how is she going to be able to do that? Well, fortunately, there was a friend of mine. She did the research. She looked at all the different medications and came back with the fact that half of the medications she was taking did not need to be used. They were doubling up. You know, that whole thing of like, hey, doc, this isn't working. Well, let's give you something else. And so she didn't need that many medications. And fortunately, she advocated for herself. She talked to the doctors and finally got one who said, yeah, you're right. We need to take you off of all these different medicines. We're going to get back to that type of story again a little bit later. Right now, I want to talk about the pills, your body on those pills. And the way to look at your body is a chemical bag. You know, it's made up of basically chemicals and contained in this skin, and it's affected by the environment and genetics, whether it's hot or it's cold, your physical makeup, whether you're 112 pounds or 212 pounds or 412 pounds. And most importantly, is made up of the nutrition. Literally, you are what you eat. There is no getting around that part. And really, for everything, I always say nutrition is the most important part of getting your health back. The reason why I say that, and the reason why I'm tying this into pills, is because pills are the deadest form of food. Remember, I talked about there are only 2 food groups. There's live food and dead food. Well, at the very least, the dead food that we go to the grocery store and get, well, you know, it was at one time out in the sun getting energy. So a potato got turned into potato chips. The corn got turned into Doritos. So there was something live about it before. Even the chicken got turned into a 4-piece with a biscuit. So, you know, it was alive at one point. All the chemicals in a pill are synthesized. They're all dead. They took something that was in nature and was like, let's take this chemical compound, extract it, examine it, recreate it so we can turn it into a pill and make money, because pills are the cheapest things to make. They can make 7,000 pills at a time in a pill machine. So why are we using this? I mean, don't get me wrong. If I'm in an accident, give me all the pills I need, the morphine, whatever I need, but I don't want to live on it because it's not good for you in the long run. So let's talk about the pharmaceuticals. Now, this is where we get really serious, because first of all, Western medicine is not designed to make you healthy. It's designed to get you back to work. So whether you need to get back on the football field, whether you need to get back to the job, whether you need to get back to war, it's designed to work quickly. And then somewhere along the line, someone said, well, hey, we can make more money if they keep coming back to us and needing more. So that's exactly what's happening now. You are getting medicines that basically maintain your illness. So when you had high blood pressure, you went to the doctor and you didn't go in there thinking like, I want to get cured. I don't want to have high blood pressure. You didn't go in saying, hey, doc, you know what? My blood pressure's here. I want you to take it to about right here, not cured, but right here. And I want to keep paying you to take these pills for the rest of my life for at least $60 to $600 a month. Sounds like a good idea. And of course, the doctor went like, yeah, that's a good idea, because that's what they're trained to do. A baker bakes, a doctor gives pills. I mean, doctors only get 20 hours of nutrition class. That doesn't make any sense at all. The nutrition is something you eat every day. You're getting nutrition one way or another into your body every day. So that's the most important thing about your health. Literally, you are what you eat. And remember, when it comes to talking to your doctor, you got to remember you have to advocate for yourself. Your body is your responsibility. Look, that's just another human who got interested and read up on a whole lot of material, studied a lot of material, and then it's like, hey, that's their profession. Well, you're a human too. You can read, do the research, hop on YouTube, however you're going to get your information, research it yourself. You have to advocate for yourself. They're trained to give you pills, not necessarily get you healthy. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. And if your doctor gives you any pushback about, anything you bring up, ask your doctor what the results are. I mean, they're seeing patients every day. So you say, hey, doc, okay, so you're saying that you know everything about high blood pressure. Well, how many patients do you have who are now cured? They're going to say there are none, because you have to take these pills for the rest of your life, which is not true, but that's what they've been taught by the pharmaceutical companies that gave the grants to the school to open up the school, that gave the money for all the studies that are going on that the doctors actually read. So it's just a pill manufacturing cycle that's vicious, and it's taking a lot of people down. And if it's dealing with erectile health, it's going to take it down first and foremost. A lot of erectile dysfunction issues comes from having the wrong medicines or taking medicines over a long period of time. So let's talk about hormone replacement therapy. Now, I am not a doctor, as you could probably understand why. I am not a doctor, and I don't play one on YouTube. Once again, it's your body, you be responsible. But when it comes to hormone replacement therapy, it is awful. And they're about to come out harder because testosterone levels around the world are going lower. It's a huge market. Merck, Pfizer, all of them are going after that market. So you're going to see some more commercials coming out. Please, if you love your brother, your uncle, your son, your father, let them see this video. Give them this information. Here's what happens when you do hormone replacement therapy. Basically, they're taking exogenous testosterone. That's testosterone from outside of your body, and they're going to stick it into your body, whether they're using a gel or they're doing injections or whatever they're doing. Your body didn't dial up this testosterone. So to keep your body in homeostasis, it's like, oh, well, in balance, it's saying, hey, there's extra testosterone. Well, let's dial up some more estrogen. And so then it's like, well, you go back to the doctor. It's like, well, there's more estrogen now, so we have to give you more testosterone. And then you keep going back and forth doing this dangerous dance with your endocrine system to the point that dangerous stuff happens. Now, I know when you were thinking I need hormone replacement therapy so I can get my erections back up, you weren't thinking like I could become infertile, which can happen with hormone replacement therapy. You weren't thinking that my balls will shrink, which will happen with hormone replacement therapy. So are there situations where you absolutely need hormone replacement therapy? Yes, I'm quite sure. You need to be at the dangerous level before you start thinking, not just I can't get an erection. There are other ways to deal with that. That's why we have this channel right here. Because the main thing is hormone replacement therapy doesn't deal with the real issue, the pattern that you had. Now, when you were in high school and college, testosterone, you just masked everything. In your 20s, it masked everything. In your 30s, it started catching up. In your 40s, you'll start noticing like, hey, what's going on? The testosterone isn't masking stuff. You're not getting the erections. You're losing muscle mass, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a pattern that led up to your testosterone going down. You need to find out what that pattern is. Be honest with yourself. It's like, yeah, I haven't been working out. I haven't been eating right. I haven't been getting the right sleep, all those things, and then correct it. That's how you fix your testosterone issues. So in conclusion, pills are not natural. They're not made for you to take over the long term. Ask your doctor what the results are. If your doctor says that you need to take this for the rest of your life, you need to slowly back away from that doctor, do your own research and figure out what's supposed to happen for real. The pharmaceutical industry, the health industry, they want you on these drugs until you die. I get a little emotional about this because I've seen what has happened when they do this. They get people hooked on these drugs and it's like they just have to stay on them forever forever. Oh yeah, hormone replacement therapy, it's hard to get off of it because once you start it, it's like your body's like, oh, I'm supposed to produce testosterone? I thought it was coming from somewhere else. I just turned that function off. Now you have to have it for the rest of your life. So hormone replacement therapy, HRT, will F you up. For real. And last but not least, your body is yours. Research what you need to do. Look online. The information is now available. Go for it. And last but not least, also advocate for yourself. If your doctor says, no, just listen to me, that's another human. You're smart too. Yeah, check your own body out. So the question of the day is, are you on any long-term drug programs? Have you been on? And how are you getting off, or have you gotten off? Leave that information in the comment section, please. We need to share this information. As always, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bells. We want to see you in the comment sections, joining us in the family. And as always, this is Uncle B saying peace out.